Let's go!
That was quite some tribal. The plan worked perfectly. I was so sure that Rob had blown it for everyone with his overly aggressive Zach tirade. I thought for sure that was going to shake loose that idol from the tree. That had to happen because I need Sean and Emily to listen to me and not to get caught in the clutches of Tucker and Zach. So now we'll see who they believe.
So, Tribal tonight did not go at all how I was expecting in any way, shape, or form. I got left out of not one vote, but 2 votes.
I'm a little bit upset because clearly I've been too trusting.
Eric, my God, the dude just totally pulled a fast one on me and Emily and left us in the dark on something that I don't think he really needed to leave us in the dark on.
Wow, would you look at that? When you put your trust in people who you just recently blindsided, they instantly flip it and blindside you. And when you don't play your idol like Zach did, you go home. It's so frustrating when your intuition says to do something, but the majority of the numbers go one way, and so you zip it up, you don't say anything. And what's crazy was pulled off by Rob, who was explicitly saying during tribal council, I'm coming for you, Zach. Zach didn't pick up on any of it, and he just let himself get voted out. And the worst part is it's such a smart move because it breaks up me and Zach, and it makes it look like Tagi was never strong to begin with, so Rob can really just coast to the end.
Come on in, guys! Okay, before we get to today's challenge, Sean, gotta give it up. Immunity is back up for grabs. Let's get to today's challenge. In a moment, I am going to send you all a survey on Discord that I need you to fill out. The answer to each question will be the name of another player currently in the game. After I tally up the results from the survey, I'm going to ask the group the questions again, only this time your answer will be what you think the group majority answered, not your personal opinion. If you get it right, you get a point. The person who has the most points after 10 questions wins individual immunity, safe from the vote. Okay, first question. Who is the most loyal? The correct answer for most loyal was Emily. Rob, Emily, and Sean. Next question. Who is the most likely to backstab their allies? The most popular answer was Rob, and everyone just wrote down Rob, so you only get a point. All right, next question. Who is the most competitive? The most popular answer was Emily. Okay, Claire, Sean, and Emily. Question 4, who is the most under the radar? The most popular answer was Tom. Tucker, Eric, Claire, and Emily. Question 5, who thinks they are running this game? The most popular answer was Sean, Claire, and Tom get a point. All right, question 6. Who do you most want to work with? The most popular answer was Eric. That's a point for Sean, Rob, and Tom. Question 7. Who is the most strategic? There was a tie for this between Tucker and Sean. Eric, Rob, and Claire. Who do you not want to sit next to in the final 3? This was also a tie between Rob and Sean. So Eric, Claire, Just keep them up for a second. There's a lot of people. Eric, Claire, Rob, I can't tell what you wrote. Rob, Emily. Who do you want to sit next to in the final group? The correct answer was Tom. Everyone just got a point. Who is the biggest threat? The correct answer was a tie between Emily and Rob, which means Rob and Emily just got a point, which means we have a three-way tie between Claire, Emily, and Rob. I'm going to give you 20 seconds to answer this question. The answer is going to be a number. How long in seconds was the Story Time with Jeff challenge, starting with the second I started reading the story and ending with me saying Sean has won his second immunity? 20 seconds on the clock. Go. Time. Please reveal your answers. Okay.
227.
The correct answer was 758 seconds, which means Emily
God.
won individual immunity.
I needed this one, Jeff, so this could not have come at a better time.
Congratulations. Emily, you are safe from the vote on Tuesday. As for the rest of you, someone will become the sixth member of our jury. Emily, it won't be you. Back to camp and good night.
You were getting an inside look at the Survivor prop department.
The head top manager. Can you explain what you're making for us?
I'm drilling holes in shells
For what?
for the immunity necklace.
Now that I won immunity this week, I feel like I might be a little reckless next week, and I'm okay with that. I think that that would be something that, if nothing else, would be a little fun.
So I had a long talk with Sean and Emily, and they are not pleased. They're not pleased. I think I definitely misread how upset that they would be with me. I wouldn't blame them at all if they took me out next time. Definitely don't regret doing the move. Just kind of personally wish that I had factored in what was going to happen on what I would consider to be my own camp's side.
So after every blindside, there's usually this little apology tour that people have to kind of go through. And it's really interesting the different approaches people took. Because with Rob, you get this sort of transparency that you don't get with other people. It's like someone requesting to follow you on Instagram and then as soon as they saw the picture they wanted, immediately unfollowing you. You know what they wanted, they got what they wanted, they left. With Eric, it's a little different. He's like the epitome of the sigh a YouTuber takes before the apology video. Like when Tati just goes, I messed up. It's just so pathetic almost.
After what I have to say is one of the most restless nights of sleep I've had in a long time, tossing and turning, thinking about all the different ways that my game has been totally upended after Thursday's tribal, and thinking of all the ways I was going to have to try to scramble to save myself between now and Tuesday. The Survivor gods smiled upon me, and I got the hidden immunity idol. I am back in this game. I just had my entire game turned on its head on Thursday, and then literally in a matter of hours, my game was turned back around, and now I'm in a position where I have some room to maneuver.
Seems like Tom and Rob are looking to split the vote on Tucker and Claire. The problem with that is I would bet that that second idol that came out on Friday morning went to one of those two people. So they could be holding a lot of power at the tribal.
Emily and I are trying to work with Tucker and Claire to get out one of the Walton three, preferably Rob. If the four of us can just stay together, we don't have to worry about any shenanigans on their part. But will we stick together? I don't know. I just don't know.
So at this point in the game, it's looking like the only option I have moving forward is going to be to work with Sean and Emily and really hope they don't screw me over in the long run. Because at this point, Rob's too sneaky, too big of a target. Tom says nothing to me ever and then says it's really quiet in the Discord. And Eric is still just this weird variable I can't account for yet. They say Survivor is fun, but it certainly is not fun today.
I think that my only option is to trust Sean and Emily, so I think that's what Tucker and I are gonna do, but at this point, you know, I think I trust someone and they blindside me and yet somehow I'm still here. So going into tonight feeling wary, but I'm just gonna trust that my allies have my back. Who am I kidding? They're probably lying to me, but that's whatever.
There are two pretty distinct camps from where I'm sitting. The two sets of two that got left out of the last vote and the three that got rid of Zach last time. And it was brought to my attention that people thought that I was the one that got rid of Zach, not Eric. But surprise, I voted who I said I was gonna vote and I voted for Claire. I know who I'm voting for tonight. And if it works, I am gonna feel pretty good. And if it doesn't, I think I might be pretty dead in the water.
The game, as it were, is afoot. There are so many plans in place. The more I talk to Eric, the more I think he doesn't want to go to the end with either of us. Certainly not both of us. So, is the NYC3 dead? Probably. Does it matter? No, because people still think it's a thing. The only thing that makes me feel good about any of this is that at the end of the day, at the end of this day, I don't have to trust any of these fools because I can play my idol for myself. Ellie, what do you think I should do? Should I play the idol for myself on Tuesday? Can I get away with not doing it? What do you think? Snort twice if you're in Milwaukee. No help.
If I go home, it's because I tried my hardest to make bonds with people I thought I could trust. But if we can pull off tonight's vote and get rid of the person who we think's causing the most chaos, me and Claire have a genuine shot to make it to the end.
I have no idea if my alliance is actually my alliance, but what they don't know is that I have an advantage for the immunity challenge. So I'm going to see if they actually stay true to Tucker and I, and if they do, I'm going to use my advantage against Eric, and if they flip, like I have a feeling they might, it's going right onto Emily or Sean.
So the plan was to do a neat little procedural vote with splitting votes on Tucker and Claire, but now Rob wants to blindside Sean, who he's obviously been diametrically opposed to since the beginning of this game. But I think it might be too much heat in too short a time. I just don't know which side I'm going to vote with tonight.
We have the NYC3. They came to Tom and I with an elaborate plan to split votes, go for Tucker Claire, take out the halflings, and leave the rest of this game up to the old farts. Problem with that is this: if we take out Tucker or Claire, NY3 is going to have a power group. So with that in mind, it's time to make some moves. We're going for Sean. We are going to do a backstab, put votes on Sean, completely blindside him. Hopefully, he plays the idol. And then Tucker or Claire will still be out, but we'll have drawn the idol out. Hearts are going to be broken. Tears are going to be falling. And at the end of the day, I'm still going to be on top. I don't know, I'm probably going home tonight. F.
Welcome back to Tribal Council. We will now bring in the members of our jury. Krista, Rachel, Julie, Bill, and Jack voted out at the last Tribal Council. All right, let's get down to business. Emily, when you won, you said, I really needed this. What were you feeling in that moment? What did that mean?
Well, I was left out of the last vote. I voted for Claire, and little did I know that I became a pawn in a different scheme that could have had me going home if anything had gone wrong. And that was I was pretty upset about that. The gentlemen in question, 2 of the 3 of them explained themselves afterwards.
Who are the gentlemen in question?
I had thought everyone would know, but apparently some people thought it was me that flipped, but it was Eric, Rob, and Tom.
Eric, what happened with that vote for you?
From my perspective, Zach had clearly established himself as one of the strongest players in the game. It definitely led to a lot of strong emotions. I misread how strongly the reactions would turn based on what happened and who was in and out. Everyone has to take into account how each little slight or decision that doesn't go their way impacts how they play the rest of the game and kind of make peace with it.
So Claire, I have to ask, your name has been written down at every single tribal council so far, yet you're still here, and based on what I'm hearing, there might be some cracks forming. I mean, do you think you were going to see more Claires tonight?
You're going to see Claires until the very end of this game, until they finally get me, whatever that is, because apparently I am just escaping the hands of death every other day. It seems like y'all really want me out, so I guess we'll just have to see who is drawing their line in the sand. And if y'all can get me out tonight, good. It only took you like 6 tribals.
All right, Rob, let's talk idols. Last tribal council, you openly announced that you have an idol and you're going to play it, and then you didn't play it.
Of course, I do have the idol. I made it clear to everybody today in the group chat. I went ahead and did a screenshot of our conversation, Jeff, where you very graciously awarded me the idol for all to see. And you know what? I will say this about idols. They're going to be played tonight. They will be played. I'm not playing mine, but I imagine that the other person who has their idol, they should play it. If they're not playing it, they're not playing Survivor.
Tucker, point blank, do you believe, Rob, that he has an idol?
If you had asked me this question any of the 5 days leading up to today, I would say no. I would say he's blowing smoke. But oftentimes with smoke, there is fire. And today he dropped a bomb, a screenshot of the idol and a conversation with you. And it's pretty clear that he has it. He says he's not going to play it. He might play it. I don't know. But it's not about playing it. It's about using it for leverage. And we've seen Rob can do that.
I want to poll the group as a whole. Just a quick, raise your hand if you truly believe that Rob has an idol. A lot of delayed hand raises there. Sean, you did not raise your hand. Why do you think he doesn't have it?
He was saying he was going to play this idol from the beginning of Tagi days. He's announced before every tribal that he's going to play his idol. And I think if he had it, he would have played it by now. I'll just leave it at that.
Tom, how big of a deal are personal relationships, especially relationships outside the game, becoming as this game progresses?
They are pretty crucial because, I mean, just messaging people in an app, it's hard to get a feel for whether you're getting the truth or not, but at least with people you know, you have a better sense of who might be lying to your face and who is, you know, telling you the truth.
It's not a big enough tribe anymore that you can hide behind the kind of preconceived thoughts about who you would work with going in. The farther away we get from day one, the more and more it feels like a kind of a chaotic free-for-all.
So Sean, let's get back to the challenge. In the last challenge, you were voted person who thinks they're running the game, most strategic, and the person who no one wants to sit next to in the final 3. What do you make of that?
I would like to think that I have had good enough conversations with people today that there are things in place that will save me tonight. Whether or not that actually happens, who knows? But I am 100% at other people's mercy today, and it's not a good feeling.
Tom, on the flip side, you get voted most under the radar and person that everyone wants to sit next to in the final three. Are you flattered or scared of that information?
I was not flattered to learn that everyone wanted to sit next to me at the end, because I feel like if you look at everyone who's on the jury, 3 out of the 5 faces, I had a hand in putting them there.
Emily, you got voted biggest threat. Do you think you're a big threat?
I mean, I know that I'm very competitive, and I think everyone knows that I'm very competitive. And so I think that can come across as threatening sometimes just because I take this very seriously. But I also think I've proven that the other one that I think I got was loyal. And I think that to a fault, that last vote, I was loyal and it bit me. And so maybe I am a threat because now people are not 100% sure where I'm falling. And last time they knew they could count on me. They knew I would do what I said I did. And I don't know if they can trust that anymore.
Tucker, how did you feel about last week's vote and how do you think it might impact the vote tonight?
I think last vote was a leveling the playing field, and it was a line in the sand, and now it's about forming trust. And this next vote is going to be a leap of faith for everyone. There's not going to be a blind side. Everyone is afraid of going home except for Emily.
Rob, you have been extremely vocal this entire season about getting Zach out, and there he is. He's on the jury. What do you do now? Where do you go from here?
Well, to be honest, I miss him. You know, I've been wanting to talk about him this whole video, and in my confessionals, I'm really out of content, which is concerning. But you know, I feel like at the end of the day, I played my role in this game. I came in to be the villain. I had one objective in mind, and if I go home tonight, I can rest easy, knowing that I did what I set out to do.
Raise your hand if you legitimately think you're going home tonight. Okay, wow. Well, let's find out if one of you is right. Emily has individual immunity. You cannot vote for Emily. Anyone else is fair game. When I call your name, please direct message me your vote on Discord. Okay, I will tally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay.
Hey, Shannon.
Yeah.
There is too much bullshit going on here. I don't trust any of these people at all.
All right. The rules of Survivor state that if a hidden immunity idol is played, then any vote cast against that person will not count, and the person with the next highest number of votes will be sent home. This is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast against Sean will not count. I will read the votes. First vote, Sean, does not count. Next vote, Sean, does not count. Tucker, it's 1 vote Tucker. Rob, 1 vote Tucker, 1 vote Rob. Rob, 1 vote Tucker, 2 votes Rob. Rob, 3 votes Rob, 1 vote Tucker. 6th person voted out and the 6th member of our jury, Robert. You need to hold up your torch. Rob, the tribe has spoken. Please extinguish your torch. You'll join our jury. Final 6, congratulations. Grab your torch and let's get ready for the immunity challenge.
It's been a fun ride, but at the end of the day, it's Survivor, baby, and I was blindsided last night. I want to give a shout out to Tom Rockwell for always being a true friend, someone that I can always trust in and believe. Emily and Eric, fuck you. You guys are backstabbing bastards. I hope that you have a horrible time and receive no more idols. I hope that you fail in every challenge miserably. And know that at this point, I'm rooting for Claire. I hope to see the rest of you on Ponderosa very soon, possibly tonight. And from there, you will get nothing but criticism from me and a good head bashing. So I'll see you soon.